Alright, so here's the book 2, part 2. Alright, so let's begin with the first question, okay? So the figure below is made of unit cubes. So the question is asking how many unit cubes need to be added so you will have a total of 12. So what do? You first count how many there are, and you just keep on adding. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8, you need to put how many more? Then you're going to have 12. So of course the answer will be 4. Okay, so this one is kind of nice, okay? It's kind of easy. All right, so let's keep going. So the next question is asking what operation symbol or the number for the exponent are missing in the equation below. All right, so first of all, you need to understand what are the operation symbol. Operation symbol represents, do you either plus or you minus or you multiply or you divide, okay? So that's the first box that you need to decide, okay? So they begin with a 7,000 number and ending with a decimal. So meaning that the number starts from big to small. So see, when we multiply a number, we actually make it what? Bigger. But then when we divide a number, it actually make it smaller. So to have smaller number, we normally do divide. So the A is gone, C is gone. So now you just have to ask yourself about this box, okay? So exponent just means power, okay? Like 10 to the power of 1 is 10. 10 to the power of 2 means 10 times 10. Okay, so all you have to do is just count, okay? From 7,000 to 0.07, it actually moved how many place value? Okay, so when it's 7,000, the decimal should be here. Okay, let me change the color so it's probably easier for you to see. Okay, so here. And then you want it to be what? Right here, 0.07. So the red, so the decimal from the back, move how many place to here? So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why the answer is 5. So the answer is D. Okay? So let's go on. Okay, a square and a rhombus, okay, are shown below. Which attribute is true of one shape but not for both? Okay, all angles are right angle. Okay, I think that's kind of sounds about right because only the square has right angle. Look at this. This is acute, this is obtuse. So this is about right, but you want to check all the other ones. Do they have the same length? Well, you know, all sides are the same thing. It's only for a square, okay? Rhombus, as long as these, because they can be the same and then they can be, but not for both. So they actually all both have the same length. The two sets are equal angle. Yeah, because this will equal to that, this will equal to that. This will equal to this, and this will equal to that. So they have two sets of equal angle, and they're two sets of parallel lines, which is true. The top and the bottom and the left and right, they're parallel. Left and the right, top and the bottom, they're all parallel. So they're all correct other than this one, because the second one has no right angle. Okay, so point K is shown on the number line below. Okay, so which number sentence best describe K? Okay, so see, if you take a look, the two numbers, okay, it's 0.1 and 0.2. So meaning that they actually cut each individual into what? Another one more, okay? So it's 0.11, 0.12, 13, 0.14, 0.15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then see 20, right? So K is between 0.12 and 0.13. Okay, so it's definitely not, it doesn't equal to 0.15. It should be here, so definitely not. And then there's no 35, so forget about it. So all you have to ask yourself is K is greater than 0.13 or smaller. See, it's to the left of 13, so it has to be smaller. Okay, so 27, the table below shows the distance some players hit a softball. So Pablo hit the softball 2 yards. Okay, so see, the table doesn't have yards, so meaning that they want you to what? Change to yards. Okay, so 36 divided by 12 is 3 feet. Okay, and 3 feet equals to 1 yard. 6 feet will be 2 yards. 105, 108. Well, you want to just do double check, okay? Divided by 12 is 9. So 9 feet is definitely what? 3 yards is a lot bigger. So here, it's Nick. All right? Okay, oh, okay, this question. Okay, this would take a little time to calculate. Okay, that's all. It's just a matter of doing the math. Okay. So the line plot below shows the length of all pieces of string Emma used for an art project. She cut all these pieces from one original piece of string. And at the end, she had 1 foot left over. Okay, so here's the leftover. So again, let me rephrase the question. Okay, basically Emma has a string, okay? And then she cut them in. Okay, so she has this 1 foot left over, and then she used these sections, and then cut them into this many pieces. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so she used them and then cut into 9 different sizes of string. So they're asking you, how long was this one? So the annoying part is like you have to add them all up. Okay, it's really there's no other way to do it. Okay, so there's 1/8, and how many 2/4? So when you have 4, see, okay, 2/4 and 2/4 will make it 1, right? So this is 1, this will be 2, plus 5/8, plus there are 2 3/4, and plus this 1/7/8. Okay, so this and this will equal to 1 again. So far here is 3 whole. And then you're gonna need to calculate these ones. So 5/8 plus, how many eighths? 17. 17 equals to 2 1/8. So 3 plus 2 1/8 is 5 1/8 plus the 1 here. So 6 1/8. So the answer has to be D. It's this question, even though it looks a little messy, but it's just adding fractions. You just add them all up and then plus the leftover, then you're gonna know the total. Okay, so for which values of k would be the product of k over 3 times 12 be greater than 12? Okay, so you want it to be greater than 12, right? So meaning that this number has to be greater than 1. Otherwise, if it's not greater than 1, then it will make the 12 smaller. So the only way to have greater than 1 or equal to 1 is the top has to be 3. So let's take a look. It has to be, it cannot be less than 1 because it will be too small. You want it to be at least greater than 3. So this less is not. Equal to 3, equal to 3. Look, if it's equal to 3, then 3 over 3 is only 1. 1 times 12 is only 12. It's not going to be greater than 12. So it has to be greater than 3. It has to be bigger than 1 for it to multiply 12 and then be bigger than 12. Okay, someone walked 3/4 mile for 4 days. Okay, so you either multiply by 4 or you just add it 4 times. It's the same. Okay, so you can cross simplify, and then 3 over 1 then will be 3. It's right here. Okay. So a right rectangular prism is shown below. The volume of the prism is determined by the unit. Okay, so how do we find out the volume? By multiply. So let's check. Look at the answers. There's only one answer that has all of them multiply. So you don't even have to do the work. It's D, because look. Because when we do volume, we don't add, right? There's no add. There's no add. Yeah, so it's done, and then that's it. So sometimes, the thing that I see with multiple choice is like, it actually saves you work, okay? You don't really have to do a lot of work because it helps you, it guides you, and then you can probably use the process of elimination and just come to the question. Okay, 36, what's the volume? Okay, remember volume is length multiply width multiply height. So in this case, they're all 1, 1, 1. So of course, the answer is still 1. I know it sounds crazy, but it is. It's 1 cubic unit. Okay, during a hike, 3 friends equally share half pound of trail mix. So what amount of trail mix in pounds did each friend receive? They equally took 1/2. So it's 1/2 divided by what? 3. Oops. Okay, it's probably easier. Okay, so it's 1/2 divided by 3. So 1/2. So it's 1/6. Okay. So when 3 people share the half, you just use half to divide it by the number of people that share the pound. Okay, so which expression has a greater value of 1/2? So I guess you can just multiply, okay? And then you find out which answer is greater than half. Okay, so A, 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 5 is 10. What's half of 10? It should be 5/10. So this is actually less than half. Okay, so 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 4/8 is exactly half. So it's not greater, okay? You need to find a number that's greater. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Again, it's exactly half, not greater. Okay, this one, 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 4 is 8. Look, 4/8 will be half. So 5/8 is actually greater than 4/8, so it's greater than half. So D is the correct answer. Okay? A science teacher has 0.4 liter of seawater. She gives each of her 22 students a container and a 5 milliliter spoon. She then asks her students to put 2 spoonfuls of seawater into their containers. How many milliliters of seawater will be left after all of them used? Okay, so first you have to find out like 0.4. Oops. 0.4 will equals to how many milliliter? So 1 liter equals to 1,000. Okay, so it's 400. Okay, and then if each student is using 10, right? So it's 220. So look, 180 is left. Okay, so first you need to convert the 0.4 liter into milliliter. Okay, so this is liter. Convert to milliliter is multiply with 1,000. Okay, and then 22 students. Okay, she wants them to use 2 spoonfuls. If each spoonful is 5, then of course 2 will be 10 milliliter. And then there are 22 of them, right? So you just have to 22 multiply 10. It will be 220. So since the total began with 400 milliliters, you used up 220, then you were left with 180. Okay, divide. Okay, so divide, you just flip it. Okay, you flip the operation, and then you flip the number. Okay, so let's begin flipping. Okay, so divide will be multiply 74 from top to the bottom. Okay, so it has to be that. So see, it cannot be the whole number. And looks like this is way small, and then it's not even going to be a whole number. Look how small this number is. Cannot be, cannot be, cannot be. So the answer is A. But of course, if you want it, you can always double check. Look, so it's 1 over 1850. Okay? So which phrase best describe a figure with a dimension 2 units by 2 units by 4 and a volume of 16? Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16. It has to be, okay, so these are all correct. There has to be a solid because it's 3 dimension. Can be filled with, okay, so this is square. Square is not a volume, so this is gone. Okay, so 16 cube, each one is 1 cube. That sounds about right. 1 cube, that's 16. No, if 1 cube, that's 16. When you have 16 cube, then it will be very big. So B cannot be right. Okay, square is out. Cover with 1, oh see, 1 square. That's not right. Okay, 1 square that measures 16 units on each edge. No, so the answer has to be A, because it's asking for volume. The most you can have is 16 cubic units. Okay, so Susan determined that the expression below equals to 7.59. So which expression can we check? Okay, so when you add this two, it should equal to that, right? So the answer has to be B. All right, so that's the end of book 2. So I'll see you soon in book 3.